Hi. So many things to say.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. We are live. Aaron is with us from Sun, Sand, and Tea. He's on location.
Yes.
Where's
the on-site
Lou?
reporter?
That'd be great if there was like a little seagull in the picture.
Oh, I know. I failed. I should have put a little image back there. Yeah.
With sunglasses and a little pirate hat. Oh my god.
The pirate hat one is my favorite.
So cute. So cute. All right. Yes, we are talking about Pleading the Fish. This is book number very last one for a Seaside Cafe mystery series. So this is your blanket spoiler warning. Anything in this series is fair game, you know, in this live stream at least. So
accurate.
We'll be talking about
Should
this
start
book.
At the end? We'll start at the epilogues.
How it basically just like I was talking to Alicia earlier and I was like, didn't it just feel like when you finished it, your heart burst, but also was incredibly full, like at the same time? Like if that's at all possible, I'm like, this is just gave everything that we wanted and more. Traditional cozy mysteries, they don't have prologues, they don't have epilogues, especially 3 epilogues. But I feel like we did it to wrap up these very like the way she did. And I appreciate it so much. So thank you very much.
Oh my god, that last I know. I'm going like very end. The last epilogue.
Yeah.
That's not cool, Julie. Because honestly, I was flipping out, and then all of a sudden they're like 22 years of marriage, and I go, hold on, what?
Well, because it was right after she gave birth.
Like,
I was like, hold on, wait a second.
This is happening. So confused.
Because it was right after the epilogue where she was about to give birth, and then I was like, wait, for 22 years later, like, what? Did I miss something? Like, I went back in the audiobook. I was like, I'm on medicine, but like, did I miss something?
The first time I read it, I did. I went back and I was like, what? Wait, what?
Ooh, Liz has 27 pages left.
So we're ruining everything she hasn't read.
Right? You know we start with the end. Come on, Liz.
I'm sorry.
Sick all morning. Oh, no. You know, I feel like it's going around. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's not much of a spoiler because like the whole book is them leading up to the marriage. And we can't, I mean, let's just be real. Julie already shot Grady with a bunch of arrows in the last book. She can't do it again. Our hearts will not handle that. That's not how
she's not that cruel. She do it not once but twice. No.
I know, right?
I still want a mini story of the EMT guy. He's my favorite.
Matt.
I love him so much.
I'm so glad that he was there in that final epilogue. I'm like, you're still with the gang. That's so cute.
So adorable.
Hopefully you're married to someone.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, this is just amazing. Hi. Finished it last week. Awesome. Yeah, it was just honestly, it's bittersweet. It really is, because this is honestly my favorite cozy mystery series of all time. And I'm sad that it's ending, but also I think it ended perfectly. Honestly, there's nothing that I would add. I mean, I would add another book, but that's just me.
I would add about another 25 of them if I could, but you know.
I got closer to the end than I thought I would. I want to savor the ending slowly. Okay, got it.
We should tell you when we're going to tell you who the town charmer is, so that you don't get spoiled that way, because that's in the first. Let me just tell you, I honestly, when I finished the book and I got to the first epilogue, I was like, wait a minute, Julie told us she was going to tell us who the town charmer was. Like, how dare you? The book is over, and I don't know. But listening to it the second time, because listening to it the second time, we were in the middle of the book at the very beginning. Grady had made a comment like, hey, it'd be really cool. I told this person it'd be really good wedding present if you told them who the town charmer was. And that's exactly how it happened. I was like, Julie, look at those little Easter eggs you put through. It's so cute.
She connects everything. It's great.
I love it so much.
Okay, Liz says she knows who it is. So.
Okay.
Anyone feel like they had any clue? I didn't. I had no clue.
She likes our shirts.
Yay!
I have to get one.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to see if I can find the link. Yeah, it was in a couple of past streams, so I'll have to see if I can find the link, if it's even still available for sale. I mean, I didn't delete it or anything, but
I was literally out left field. I was like, I never would have guessed. But then after thinking about it, I'm like,
it made sense.
It totally makes sense. Now I want to reread the whole series. Julie, question. Did you know who the town charmer was the whole time, or did you make it up at the very end? I feel like that's a really terrible question, but I also need to know. I should have asked that in the live, but also the book had just come out, and I don't feel like you would have been able to answer that.
It kind of made sense, though, considering how much this person didn't like her.
Yeah, but it was very obvious, though, and so I think that's what threw me off. It's like it could very easily have been that.
Yeah. I thought it was Amelia for the longest time.
I was convinced. Yeah. Amelia or her dad. Oh, Amelia. I love her and Ryan. They're wonderful.
They're so great. But it's like now that you know who the town charmer is, you're like, oh yeah, of course. She spends all of her time writing at the town charmer because she doesn't have any friends. Got it. Okay, that's fantastic.
I was so sad too. I was like, oh,
perfect, right?
It's so weird how they made like friends at the end. I'm like, there's just certain people you're not supposed to be friends with, though. Like, no, certain things happen, and you're just like, I don't hate you, but we're not supposed to be.
I love it so much. There was a moment too when they were making plans with the family, like her husband, and Grady was talking to her husband, and she was like, were you sure he had the right number? Like, she's very concerned about that. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
I like how she just is like, no, he knew he was calling me. He was like, did you tell him you had the wrong number? I definitely do not want to go to dinner. I'm like, same. Yes, thank you so much. I'm gonna raise a toast to the amazing Julie and Lindsay, to this amazing cozy series. Love you so much. I can't
drink right now, but soda.
I definitely decided, I was like, I'm gonna have a drink in this live because it's gonna be emotional. I'm fine.
I almost cried again. I don't get emotional. Like, books do not do anything to me. Like, I think the only book I've ever cried in before was Fault in Our Stars, and literally an emotional waterfall. And this brought back some feels for that. So it was just like, you flip the last page and it ends, and I was like, my life is a lie. I don't want to go on anymore. Just end it now.
Like, I'm not crying. You're crying.
There's just a ninja chopping an onion field next to me. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what it was for me. That last epilogue, I was cooking dinner. So that's why I teared up, obviously.
100%.
Yeah. It was the spicy chopping that I was doing. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
I love the epilogue from Denver, though.
That one was great too. They were all great.
That was adorable. I was like, oh my god.
Adorable.
Denver, where he was like, I love Maggie. She lets me know that I don't have to be sad that, my other mom is gone, that I can love them both. That doesn't mean I love the first less. I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying inside.
But I have to give kudos to the narrator, though, because like a lot of narrators don't sound like kids.
Yes.
And she really sounds like an 8-year-old.
I'm so glad they waited for Teresa Palmer, because
yes,
I know we kind of talked about this before the live, but if they had switched narrators, I think I would have like raged so much. I was so grateful that they
waited
her. She was so good.
Because there's so many times where they do switch, and you're just like, wait, where's the person that did the first 4?
And then you have to get used to them. You're like, this sounds different, because every narrator has their own style and how they do like the inflections. And like once you get used to a certain narrator, and like you start just hearing, you don't hear the narrator anymore. You hear the person that their characters. So she does a fantastic job.
Oh yeah,
she's great. I actually want to look and see what other series that she's done, because
that's what I was trying to find out earlier.
I think I have listened to. Yeah, I think I have listened to other things that
one or two of them. Yeah,
she has narrated, but yeah, I'll have to look into it later, but yeah, she's great. Fantastic.
All right, so now that we've talked about the end of the book a little bit, I can go back to the beginning. I always loved the moment when she was talking about the prologue. Okay, we could start the prologue. Yeah, let's
start the prologue if you want.
Puts the little box away. I was like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Stay strong, Grady. Come on. She's like, maybe it's a present for Amelia. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Like, go sit in the corner and think like smart thoughts. 2 + 2 is 4, Everly. Come on.
And the line, like where she's like, "Stop chasing me," and he's like, "Never." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'm fine. He's the perfect man. It's fine." Oh my god,
cool.
An area is now the official voice.
Things about that show.
Okay, all right, awesome, cool.
I also really like that he always said like loving you has made me more cuckoo and stuff like that. Like, I'm officially cuckoo because of you, and I believe all this.
He was always like, "This is my fault because I fell in love with a nut. Like I fell in love with a crazy."
Yeah.
At least he recognizes it. Let's just be real.
At least he takes some responsibility. He's like, "I did this. It's fine.
It's on me."
I liked in this one how he wasn't like after her so much about investigating. He's just like, whatever. You're just gonna do it. You're just gonna do it anyway.
He has resigned himself to his fate at that point. He's like, fine.
What are your theories? I'm not going to share anything with you, but I'm not going to stop you from doing it. And oh my god, I love. Okay, back to the town charmer when she was just like, I don't condone like people being bullies, but I'm going to do this because it's like not a threat. And then he like told her to take it down. He's like, I got my own message for you. I was like, get it, Grady. And then the old ladies in the like cooking show afterwards, I loved it so much.
Yeah, she was like, he didn't sign as, sheriff or, Detective Grady Hayes. No, because he's not a police officer in this point in time. He is my fiance and he's protecting me. I'm like, oh my god.
No, I swooned. Yeah. I did.
So
I don't know what swooning is, but I definitely swooned.
The Graverly thing took me out, though.
Oh my, their celebrity.
I was like, no.
Graverly.
I wanted
to absolutely not.
And they call them the sippers. Their fan club, the sippers. Oh, that's just perfect. And they have little like their stickers. The best like tea taster. I was like, oh.
And then at the end, Matt had one too.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, I want a sticker. Listen. I want a sticker. Oh my god, it was the best. So funny.
It was so wonderful.
But her engagement ring, can we just say like perfection? How he just knew it was for her. It's the diamond because she's like so strong and beautiful. And then, the sapphire and the emerald just about like how it represents where they live and the gold band for the sand. I'm just like, that is just perfect. Thank you. Love it. Oh, hi, Amy. My puppy's in here. Came to say hi. Lay down. But yeah, I have. Oh, I didn't show you guys. Gosh, my washi tape.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, that's so cute. They're lemons.
So I was just like, that's adorable. So I was really excited that I had that washi tape. It's just perfect. And how he's just in the prologue where he was like, I should have told you about 2 years sooner, but I love you. And I was like, okay, so he's been in love with her for a while.
Nicole with your hair. He's so in love with me.
So in love with her. And I want to know, Julie, I don't think you've told us this before. When I asked before, you didn't have an answer, but when was the exact moment that he fell in love with her? Tell me, please. I'm
going to go when she whistled at him. Just
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he said he fell in love with Little Ways and then all at once. I'm like,
well, I think he honestly fell in love with her right when she attacked his parents for taking Denver.
Hit Grandpa with a rock.
And the rock came back. Yeah, call back to the rock.
I love it so much.
He's like, everyone loves it when I tell that story. I'm like, because it's amazing. But I think so. Story. I think that's about the time too, because then he realized that like she's not just in the relationship for him. Like she accepts everything about him. Like, yes, you have a son and I love him just as much as, you. So and that's just showed that she was willing to be there for him and actually just kind of risk her own life for his kids. So he's like, oh yeah, I can kind of see, this is serious. This is for sure endgame. Yes. I'm like,
but is it just me that I thought it was weird that he waited to propose to her to say I love you?
No.
I was like,
not by cozy rules. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Because real life rules, that's a red flag.
Real life knew that he loved her, But he's just like, there was a lot of like, well, I got to protect myself because I don't have just myself to think about. I have my son. And then she's like, no, the curse. And both of them were fighting it, but we knew. Yeah. And he's like, I got to do this now. Like, I got to do this now. Otherwise she's going to run away. She's going to leave me, because she was already going to leave him, because she fully believed in the curse at that point, because he was like shot. He's fine. He's fine. He's made of tougher stuff than that.
Yeah.
I think it was when he first tasted her lemon cake. The lemon cake. I'm so glad that we have the recipe for this lemon cake. I'm going to be making that. I'm making it too. I'm going to be filming it and putting it on my channel. It's happening. So it's going to happen this Saturday.
The pina colada cake, I'm going to give a shot.
Oh, that sounded really good.
So, and the blueberry lemonade cake. I'm like, oh God, cake. I want a diet. But
I know we're talking about cake, but when she said that, I also feel like we're talking about cake. Mine's in the gutter. Super sorry, everybody.
No, it's fine. That's fine. Yes. When Everly was ready to just fist fight his father-in-law, a freaking CIA operative or whatever, to protect his son, his heart was hers. Yes! I love it. I love it. Okay.
I love in the beginning. I know you're probably going through post-it notes until you get the next one. So the original thing that I was going to jump back to the beginning for was every time they talk about the wedding, how pessimistic she was. She's just like, yeah, if you can make it down the aisle. And like every way, I feel like that was just something that I would escalate in my mind, being like, yeah, like we're going to say I do, and then you're just going to get struck by lightning. There's going to be a tidal wave. Like in her mind, every time she had a scenario that came up, like just as soon as they said I do, I was like, that's awesome.
But the gargoyle thing, like, the gargoyle almost falling on him and whatnot.
And the tree in the woods after they first kissed? What? Yeah. How did we not know about this, Julie?
And wasn't one on the boat where like wasn't he on a boat or fishing or something happened?
So. I think one of them was.
I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, he was having her lemon cake by that time. So the lemon cake is the cure to protect her hero. Mm-hmm. I love it.
I guess that's my excuse for eating cake.
Yeah. Eat cake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let us all eat cake.
Cake and pie and quiches. There, I got them all.
It'll be harder to be kidnapped, at least, because then you'd be really heavy and you wouldn't be able to be charted like card drop away, But at the end of the prologue, like when she said, my future had always been and would always be Grady Hayes. There was never a decision to make, so I said yes. And honestly, I was just thinking of the gif of Sarah Paulson under the table at the Ellen show, just screaming. I'm just like, oh yes, thank you. Because I was so worried that she was gonna just play hard to get like this entire book. I'm like, can you just say yes already, please?
That's what I was wondering too.
But yeah, she did. Fantastic. Thank you.
And I thought the argument between if they were hyphenate the name or not was really funny.
Yes,
I was like, oh my God, that's great.
The doctors come out like Mr. and Mrs.
Hayes or whatever it is. And I'm like,
yeah,
I love it.
Yes, it was amazing. I'm like, yeah, God, that's a great man right there. It's a great man.
Oh
he was pretty adamant about her taking his name, though.
Right.
Swans don't take the man's name. You take the woman's name. I was just like,
a lot of men that are like, quote unquote traditional that still feel that way.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a Hayes. My son is a Hayes. You're going to be a Hayes. I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
hello.
I didn't love you so much. Red flag. But yeah, they hyphenated, which was hilarious. I really, really hope that Oscar and Clara got together. That little security.
I know, they were so cute.
Security guard.
It was wonderful.
Like, I'm gonna ask her out for ice cream. Can you put in a good word for me? I'm like,
and that she would just bring them lunch and bring them lunch for two. Not even say anything. Like, that's cool.
Like, it's adorable. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Back to the epilogue. The last epilogue when her daughter named the babies Claire and Fran. That's when I lost it. I'm like, oh my God.
That was adorable.
Yeah.
That's when I felt my heart just like being ripped out of my chest. I'm like, okay, yep, that's what my heart looks like.
Obviously, you knew it's 22 years later. You know, Clara and Aunt Fran.
They're gonna live forever, just like Lou.
But I
and
like
Maggie,
that
okay?
didn't go into them dying. Though.
I'm
They
glad
just
we
went
didn't
into,
because
like,
I would have.
No, I wouldn't been. I would have not have been okay at all.
But it just like it just honored them. Like they're not there because it's 22 years later, but it's just like it was beautiful.
Yep.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Thank you so much. But yeah, that was beautiful. Okay, back to the beginning post-it notes.
I was like, yeah, we probably should. We should go in order, but it's very typical to start very end.
When you just finish it, but
I finished it. I think I messaged you at like 3:50 p.m. my time, and I was like, I just finished it. I don't know what to do now.
I know. This is what I do with my life. I just want to go back and start the first book.
I honestly wanted to do the first book and then go up to this one, and then life happened and I just never got to it. But now that I've read it, I'm like, now I want to go back and like figure out all the little Easter eggs throughout, because those are my favorites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you have it? Have you ever asked if she had it completely planned out, or if it kind of just fell into it?
I did about the town charmer, but I'm not sure about the rest of it.
Did you know how it was going to end, Julie, from the beginning, or no?
Because I've listened to a lot of writers talk, and it depends on the writer if they know completely or if they're just flying by the seat of their pants kind of thing.
I don't know. Cozies can be different because there is a definite ending to each book. Like sometimes, like authors who plot out entire series, there's like an overarching plot. I mean, there are overarching plots in this book having to do with the characters, but each. Oh, she did. Okay, great, awesome. It's amazing.
Ooh, you really had it planned out. I'm jealous. I wish I could have stuff planned out that well.
No, I know. I don't.
This is Julie we're talking about here. So.
I know.
I've been like outlining the same story for like a year now.
Stop outlining it. Stop outlining it. Just start it. Just start it.
I made 50 pages in. I'm at 50 pages right now.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
And I had to hold my breath and hope I would get to write enough books to see it through.
That's awesome.
That's another thing. Yeah.
So you did it. It's amazing.
I feel like it was the perfect number of books. Like I honestly would have read 55 of them. 55,000 hours. Remember that audiobook? I would read it. I would listen to it. I would do it all. But yeah, I feel like it didn't go on too long to feel just redundant. It felt perfect. I don't know.
Well, I think Julia said this before. How many murders can you have in a small town?
Yeah.
Without it getting like there's 0 people who live here now.
Yeah. Everyone's left.
Everyone's left. They're like, okay, I don't want to be next. And then like
look at all the Agatha Christie ones, like St. Mary Mead's apparently the deadliest place to live, where Miss Marple lived. Because everybody died.
Everybody except her, because then who would investigate if she died? But yeah, like the Joanne Fluke mystery series, I think there's like 30 books in that series. But
Janet Ivanovich, she's working on 55.
55.
Wow.
I read the first 10 because she based them in the general area where I grew up. But after the first 10, and she was still waffling between dating 2 men, I was like, we're in book 10. You haven't figured out who you wanted to date or have a throuple or whatever.
Just have a throuple. Just like, do it.
Whatever.
That's why I didn't like that's why I stopped reading the Joanne Fluke books, however you say her last name, is because she was like hemming and hawing between these 2 guys, and she's like, I'm just gonna date them both. But as soon as the other guy was on a date with another person, she lost her mind. I was like, how are you gonna be able to date 2 men, but then when the other men start dating other people, it's a no? Like, what?
That's exactly how the Janet Ivanovich ones were. I was like, I'm out.
No, I'm done with you. No humans in Mystic Falls. Accurate. Exactly. But yeah, I would read more, but I agree with Jen. It's perfect. It's just perfect the way you did it here. So at the end of chapter 1, where Grady is leaving and he's like, be careful, and she's like, silly, nothing nefarious happens out of fish fry.
Right. Yeah, you had to go and say it.
like the Avenger when Thor's like, "Is that all you've got?" And then you got like thousands of Ultrons coming at you. And like, you tested the universe, and the universe responded.
Exactly. The universe was like, "Oh, okay, fine." It was kind of like the Mummy, where she's like, "No harm ever comes from reading a book."
Yeah.
What?
It made me miss old school fish fries that I used to have when I was a kid. I used to be on every Sunday. Yeah,
so good. Ryan and Amelia, they're so cute. And her book deal, and it's going to be a Netflix series. I'm like, that's amazing. So happy for her.
Her and Ryan.
Susan,
I thought it was so cute at the end between them, those two, that he pulled Grady away to, like, I guess, ask his permission or whatever about proposing to her. And I was like, that's adorable.
Yeah.
But, like, her dad is still alive, right?
Yeah. He was still alive.
I was like, maybe talk to both of them.
Shouldn't even
cover your bases.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, so end of chapter 3. Susan is the one who unfortunately perishes in the well. So R.I.P. Susan.
R.I.P. Susan.
R.I.P. Susan.
Down the well, that's gotta suck too. It's gotta suck hard.
Oh, that would hurt.
And she seemed like a badass too, from what everybody was saying in the book.
Yeah.
She finds all this stuff.
Like,
she's the ultimate
like,
finder. She's like, you can't hide anything from me.
I did feel bad for that one guy though, that like had, granted, he had hidden money away, but like that's something that he'd been saving up like the whole time. And then the whole story where he's like, she probably blew it on one European adventure and it's gone. Like it was supposed to be my parents' retirement fund. I'm just like, that hurts. That one hurt right here.
Yeah.
I thought for like a millisecond that he had something to do with it because of that.
Yeah. Because he was so like kind of like
angry.
It was more personal.
Well, it's like you shouldn't hide stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he admitted to it.
He should have
did it.
Yeah. You should have declared it. She might not have taken it all. Okay. Sorry.
I mean, probably. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
At least it's like a B. Didn't know her at all. We got like 2 sentences of her, but she was a definite
She sounded like a real cunt. Gosh. I make another appearance. I make their wedding invitations, guys.
All right.
Nice.
I just wanted to be included. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is when she's talking with Denise and she's talking about investigating the murder. And Denise is like, you really shouldn't because, you got your wedding to plan. You have all this like research you're doing. Like focus on that. And she's like, I can do both. And no one needs to worry about my safety. I've been taking self-defense with Grady. She laughed and performed a long stage wink. I'll bet. I'm like, Denise is me. Like, exactly. Yes.
I was so excited when I first read that line. I was just like, oh my God, self-defense. And then like literally the next chapter starts with like, we're on the floor and we're sweating. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
And then she's like, yeah, I'm out of breath because he like pinned me down. And I go, okay, it's a little like, yeah, sure. But
yes,
I'm less
pin me
like
down.
winking
Yes.
at this point.
Pin me down, Grady. Yes.
They definitely had more like witty banter when it came to that stuff in this book.
Now that they're officially together, they're like open with their flirtiness. I'm like, yes. And when he texts her, like, self-defense tonight, are you in? I'm like, hell yes. Hell yes, I'm in. Yes.
I volunteer.
Me. Oh
and
my
it comes
god.
in handy too at the very end. I love that little Italian.
Yeah.
He freaking flips her over. I was like, oh.
Everly actually fought back a little bit. Way to go, Everly.
No. She's like,
I did get
classes. Remember your self-defense. And she's like, oh yeah, because it's like that's another thing. Like you can do self-defense in like, a controlled environment, but like when something really terrible is happening, your adrenaline's going, you're not really thinking, you gotta like kind of like stop and calm down and think, oh, I can do this. It's kind of like when people like kind of freak out when they're doing CPR and they're like, CPR, but then you're like, when you have a body in front of you, you're like,
you freeze.
Chest compressions.
Yep.
Save lives. Okay, sorry.
No mouth to mouth. I learned that from you.
No mouth to mouth.
No.
Unless you have a barrier or if you know the person, just do chest compressions. There's enough oxygen in your blood to keep the vital organs alive until help gets there. Just chest compressions.
Thank God my dad did teach me self-defense. I only had to use it twice, but
good.
I broke you
Sorry
guys.
you had to use it.
Yeah.
But glad you have it.
You had it.
Yeah.
Okay, when they are self-defensing. That's a word.
We're winking on it. Yeah, self-defensing. Yep.
Code word.
He she flips him over, and then he's like, "You're fast," and then he like kind of flips her over, and like, "I'm faster." I'm like, "I hope you're not too fast." I hope you're not too fast. I feel like he has stamina for days.
We're not trying to go for speed records or anything here.
No, absolutely not. We have time. Okay.
They got the whole rest of their lives together.
It's beautiful. Okay, when she was trying on these dresses and she just wanted to get it over with, so she just picks a random dress that nobody freaking likes.
Yeah.
I love it. Brian's like, what is that?
Amelia just like answers a completely separate question. She's like, I was asking about the dress. And I was like, nobody likes the dress.
No, but the one who says something is Ryan. That's what kills me. Usually the guys say nothing. And when a guy says something, it's really bad if a guy says at least in my experience.
I was dying laughing, and Amelia was like, well, it definitely looks better on you than it did on the hanger.
Yeah. Thanks, I think.
She's like, thanks?
But I feel
when Grady walks in and sees her, like, his expression softens. I'm like, oh. So adorable.
Knew that Denise did that on purpose. She's like, go in there. Emily's over there.
Yeah, I know. Go in there. She's about to choose this awful dress. Please go.
I didn't like that they that she gained weight. People were saying that she was pregnant.
Oh,
which
yeah.
What's her name? The one Mary Grace or whatever was trying to.
Because she's a cunt. No
one
likes her.
She doesn't have any friends. That's why she's so mean.
Yeah.
I gotta defend her now a little bit.
She's so mean, and then she's like, "Oh, it doesn't bother me that I don't have any friends." Okay. She's like, "Please," she's basically begging her, "Please invite me to your wedding."
Yeah, please be my friend. I'll try and be nicer.
Get a wedding invitation. That's weird.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's so funny.
She probably want to be at the wedding because she needed to write about it. Like if you think about it, that was probably her main motive.
Yeah.
True. That's true. She's just like in like the tall grass.
I'm there.
Oh, then the secret would be out. Like, okay, what are you doing? Okay, this is like when she is trying to look for leads, but the only lead that she has was for like in regards to Mary Grace, like her business was there on some of the paperwork, and she's like
as slow as she can.
She's like, today I have to ask Mary Grace for her help, and I'm like, I would rather die. No. I would be like, okay, well, I guess it's over. I'll never know. Sorry. Yeah. I tried my best, Susan. Sorry. Grady can figure it out.
That whole section was great. That she was like walking as slow as possible
and moving her arm.
Okay, great.
Like moving her arm so the Fitbit would shut up.
My Fitbit ran me twice to be active. I'm like, it took you 2 hours to get to her office? Oh my God. Like, I'm pretty sure it's probably normally a 5-minute walk. Because those things go off every hour. So I know that if it goes off twice, it's at least a 2-hour time frame that it took her to walk.
But when you don't want to do something, you go very slow.
Movement. 250 steps is usually what it takes for it to recognize, being like, you did a good job. 250 steps. It took her 2 hours to go 500 steps. 500. What is that madness?
She's like, I can't. I literally cannot. I also love when she was like, if I was a PI, we could work these cases together.
Yeah. I underlined that one. I was like, oh.
He just has a brain aneurysm right there.
Face slowly paled. I'm like, you are giving him a stroke right now. Like, he's stroking out.
Just kidding, but I wasn't.
I kind of thought as a joke he would give her like a PI license for their wedding or whatever.
That would be so wonderful. They could fight the husband and wife fight crime.
Yes.
Fight crime together. I enjoyed the non-action sections in the middle, the exposition. Yes.
Yeah.
it's definitely, you know, because when you're quote unquote get bored during a book is just, especially like a cozy mystery, it's just because the sleuthing is happening, but nothing exciting is happening. That's why, you know, the author like drops those, you know, like, oh, like her car got all this fish and seaweed and stuff in it, or coins or whatever, or she gets kidnapped, or, you know, another murder happens, you know, just when things are starting to slow down, the reader could potentially get bored. You have to have another action or something happening, you know. But I think it's just because we love this much of characters that we really don't care what they're doing. We just want to read about them. So
when I saw how much time was still left when the epilogue started, I'm like, oh, wonderful.
I'm not ready to say goodbye.
45 minutes. I was like, all right.
Exactly. It's like 3 epilogues. Amazing. Yes. Give me a 4th. It's fine. Hi, Heather. Can't wait to read this one, so I won't stay. Don't want spoilers. Okay. I have it, but need to finish Partners in Line first. Okay. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
I'm so excited for you.
Have a great night. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
I think when you have all the memes all the time, like, what series do you wish you could reread one more time, like, without, like, all over again? It would 100% be this series, because I would love to experience it all just again, being like, oh, these two are cute. Look, she punched that guy, or she threatened to punch him.
And if it's a book that's not part of a series, I would love to reread. Even though I know it's not technically a series, I would love to reread Jane Austen for the first time.
Oh,
Jane Austen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be really good, yeah.
I was the weird 8-year-old. My mom was giving me that stuff on tape, and I was listening to Pride and Prejudice at like 8.
Tape. It's amazing. I think we need 300 pages of epilogue called Book 8.
Yeah. It could be that story.
Honestly, I would love it. I would love it.
Even a novella, like, of just random characters.
Just like a spin-off.
That's what I'm saying. Like a novella of Matt's love story would be great.
Yeah.
A novella with, what was it? The security guard and the aunt. That'd be great. Their little ice cream date. Oh my God, it could just be their ice cream date and them talking about their lives. The town, everyone in it.
Julie!
we need to find a guy for the other aunt too. Like,
I need Oscar, Clara, date night, epilogue, please. It's amazing.
And Oscar has a brother.
Okay.
Oh, that would be amazing. I would love that. Yes. I know you have a lot on your plate, Julie, but
we're just gonna add a few extra things for you if you want.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. This is when Grady was saying that they were invited to dinner with them, a double date, just us 2 couples. I would rather die. I would rather die.
No. They had a nice moment together. She gave the information already. Like, the foundation has been set for a slightly better future between Mary. I can't say her name.
Mary Grace Chatsworth.
I would rather die.
But I like that she didn't make them like best friends right away, because there was too much crap. There was too much history between them for them to be like, oh, it's all okay.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
I'm glad she was only in 1 epilogue. That's all.
Yeah.
In the emergency room, you know, picking up Everly. Oh my God, the Everly one, where it's still from Denver's point of view, where she wouldn't go to the hospital until
she was in labor for 20 hours.
Yeah. Without an epidural, absolutely. I've never given birth, but absolutely freaking not.
Labor for 20 hours. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Let's not go to the hospital. Oh my God.
And then Matt makes fun of her, like, you had to wait till I came with the ambulance.
It's like, you just wanted to see me, right?
I'm like, that's gotta be somewhat in handy, having a friend that has an ambulance.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Okay, so this is when Everly realizes that the cake is the lemon cake is the key to keeping them safe, and they're just asking about. It's like, if lemon cake strengthens our loved ones against the curse, I wonder if all the other recipes do as well. And they're just asking things like, I'd like to meet my soulmate, Denise. And then Wyatt walks in. I'm like, okay. And then Aunt Claire was like, I want $1 million.
And then that guy walks in that she thought was stalking her.
Yes.
We got a Patcher sighting. Say, hey, ow. She doesn't want to be held for the moment. Okay, bye.
Got that kitten energy still.
Yeah.
If I can get Puddin over here, I can get you. She's coming. Come here. She might be more docile. Say hi, world.
Oh, so cute.
See, she's adorable.
Adorable.
What did you think about the book? You listened to it today, too.
Like, it was great.
She's like, I give it 5 paws.
5 paws. Oh my gosh, adorable.
Okay, I'll let her go. If you hear hissing here in a moment, I apologize. All the cats are under my bed at the moment, so it could get ugly.
It could get ugly.
I'm gonna throw that out
there. This is when Everly was with Faye, and they're going in to look for all these tunnels that lead to the well. And then her phone goes off. I'm like, what is this, amateur hour? Like, come on. Like, you're trying to be sneaky.
How many times has she done that?
And your phone goes off? Wow. But I was like, you're just going along with this. Like, you're with a killer, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lou saved her life, guided Grady guided Grady to her location. He was like, this sounds insane, but Lou
the bird
brought me to you.
Didn't he say something like that damn bird or something like that? Or
he just stared at him in the truck. They turned on the truck and he didn't even move. Yeah, that's because Lou's trying to save your fiance. Come on. You threaten someone on the town charmer, you guys should have a communication going, guys.
A communication. Okay, this is when she's trying to escape, and Faye is like, there you are. I see you. You're leaving a trail like a big wet slug. I'm like, I know you're trying to kill me, but you don't have to be rude while you're doing it. Okay? Like that? A slug? How rude! And
then she told her to stay in the water because it would be easier to kill her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not trying to
really?
help you. And then you call me a slug? That's just mean. Rude. Okay. Yeah, or the sticker with the cartoon jar of iced tea and the words "official tea tester" written across it. Oh my gosh, so funny. I want one of those stickers. 100%.
We should make t-shirts that say official sippers. I'd wear it.
Yeah.
I'd wear it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make it like a teal blue or something so I can go with the background of the books.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Amazing.
Make that the next Redbubble t-shirt.
Oh yeah. Julie, can we get the rights to that?
Can I?
Well, if you're not selling it, you can just order a shirt with whatever on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, because even with these shirts, like it's like I'm not making any money off of it. You can just buy it and
for yourself. That's true.
Yeah. Well, I have the Sun, Sand, and Tea pin that. So it's like I could do something. I'm not technically savvy. I don't know even what I'm talking about. But there's a picture. I'll figure something out. Oh gosh. Okay.
Nicole's like, I'll have it on next week's live, guys. The link's in the description box below.
I made the shirt. Okay, so this is when Grady is saying that Denver is your son too. He adores you and cannot wait to call you mama when you're ready. Mm-hmm. When Everly's ready? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everly was ready in book 4. Wait, was that the one where she hit him? Okay. Mm-hmm,
yes.
Mm-hmm. Got my books right. I know things.
Got my books right. I know when things happen. Okay, so this is at Amelia's party, and Mary Grace is there for the send-off, and they like make plans to like get together, and I'm like, I would rather die.
I like that it gave the husband personality though.
Right.
Yeah.
Besides knowing him just by his name, like,
but he's a
right. Vanders. That's
Vanders.
Yeah.
Would rather die. Mary Grace is the town charmer. Oh, Liz already knows. I'm like,
yep.
I was like, Wait.
We already said spoilers beginning. I mean, yeah, we waited. We at least waited to name drop her specifically for 45 minutes. That gives
I was kind of
clear...
nervous. Yeah. About that package though that was left there, like
I know.
right before the wedding. I'm like, it's a bomb.
Yeah, this is her wedding day. It's a bomb.
This isn't the Patience Price series, okay? There are no bombs in this book.
And random penises on the sand.
Yes.
I recently reread that story, and like all of the.
I can't remember what book that was. I almost fell over. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Oh my god! She literally is like, "This is evidence!" Like waving it around.
The 2-year-old holding it, and you're just like, "That's not." No.
Hopefully, she won't remember that. We'll be traumatized forever for
Block
her.
it out. It's fine.
That'll be the story everyone else tells her.
Exactly.
Remember the time you accidentally picked up a penis?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Never gonna live that down, am I?
Never. That's what she'll be known for the rest of her life. Poor thing. Okay, so Denver's. This is me, like just freaking. Hi, Denver. Oh, it's a beautiful moment here. There's Maggie. There's the cat.
Points to the glove. I love that.
She like Everly asked Maggie to Denver, and she did.
Oh, yeah, right.
I loved it.
Maggie liked to remind me it was okay to miss my first mama sometimes, and that it was okay to love both mamas as much as I wanted, because loving them both didn't mean I loved either of them less.
Mm-hmm.
That was sweet.
I'm okay, but it's beautiful. Okay. When Grady came to save Everly, I thought, shoot the hostage, so if there's a bomb, I have ideas for who can play Grady in the movie. It's got to be Stephen Amell. It's got to be Stephen Amell. God.
Who?
Stephen Amell. Grady Hayes is
Arrow.
based off of Arrow. Yes, Arrow.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Have you watched him on a salmon ladder? Google it.
Just Google
It's
Stephen
worth
Amell salmon ladder. Do it. You're welcome in advance.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Beautiful. And then I was just like, Grady? We're getting a from everybody. Hi, Cache. I know you're in your own live.
Hi.
Yeah, we're matching. White shirts. So yeah, we hit Grady's epilogue. 22 years they've been together. Our baby was having a baby. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I remember just like reading that and then having to like back up and read it again because I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh.
I had a full-on panic attack the first time. I was like, oh God, things are not going well. And then that 22, is that right? Did I read that number? Is that there? And then I literally went back to the beginning of the chapter and I was just like, is there like a 20-year later thing here? So tricky, no. Julie, so tricky.
She did not say that in the third epilogue. Didn't say how many years later because she wanted to trick you.
Okay, I just saw the picture. All right.
I was bamboozled. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You see.
Something to look forward to in No Farm, No Fowl. She describes the male guy as the guy from Outlander, and I was just like,
which one, Jamie? Or which one?
Okay, yeah, Sam Hugan.
Oh.
Eli. Which is funny because someone thinks that he's Scottish, but he's actually Irish. But I'm looking forward to that audiobook so much. I hope we have an audiobook of that because I
had to stop. My brother and I were watching Outlander together, and after like halfway through the first season, I was like, I can't watch this with you.
Watch this with you.
Nope. I'm not watching that with anybody.
The wedding episode, and I'm sitting next to my brother watching it, going, I can't do this. Like,
nope, I wouldn't.
My brother is sitting next to me. This is so weird. I can't do this.
I watched some Game of Thrones with my parents.
It's so weird.
So
I'm like, no. And he's like, I get it. He's a good-looking dude. I'm like, but still, it's weird. No.
Don't make this worse.
He's a good-looking dude. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, it's like anytime you're watching a movie with a sex scene, it doesn't even matter who you're with. A lot of times it's just like, oh look, the ceiling is so interesting. Look at that wallpaper over there. Look at this dog.
No, the worst is when I'm watching like a sex scene with my grandmother and she goes, I used to do that back in the day. I'm like, Mom!
No! Grandma,
Never.
You are still a virgin for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I watched some Game of Thrones with my husband or with my parents too, and it's kind of like, oh god, it's like I forgot about this. Oh shit.
The carpet becomes very interesting.
It doesn't change with how old you get. It's still awkward. Like
so awkward. So awkward. Oh, okay. Okay, also in Grady's epilogue, Denver is there. He's grown up. He has a wife. Oh my gosh. And babies of his own.
Live together though. Like they probably wouldn't live together, but they're not on the same island. I'm like, Denver, you moved away? How dare you?
He's a 30-year-old man with a wife.
We should live in the same town. Don't go to the mainland. You are involved in the curse. You cannot leave the island, Denver.
he didn't technically leave the island though. He's mainland, which is basically
He's still there.
over the bridge, pretty much.
Yeah. He's still close. They're not going to live in the same house. He's 30 years old.
It's a 3-story house. She fixed up that third story really nice for him. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
My grandmother said the same thing. She's like, I'll get a big house and we'll all live in it. I'm like, no, we would all kill each other.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We would all kill each other. We're all too much alike. We would all kill each other.
Just have a couple different kitchens and areas. Like if you get a big enough castle, like let's just be, it have to be a castle. You'd have to have like your literally own house with like a lock and key. Like you can't come into my space. This is my house portion.
Having separate houses on like a big piece of land, but you need to text before you show up. Like I'm on my way over, or are you there? Or like,
are you awake?
No. People just can't randomly come over.
Yeah.
Do you have pants on?
Can't do the pop
that
over.
would be what you would have to text
exactly.
me,
Like that's why I'm like, no, you can't. You have to text before. Nobody can randomly show up.
I don't like pants, so I'm pantless at least 50% of the time.
Hey,
don't like pants. My last post-it note is their babies having babies, and she has twins, and they're girls, and they name them Clara and Fran, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ending.
Yeah.
And then outside the window beside us, a seagull landed.
It's Lou's decision.
The end.
Yes.
Yeah, or Lou's baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too risky.
Okay.
Oh. Hello, son. But yeah, it's this. I mean, this series is great. This book is perfection. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. Honestly, it just wrapped up so well, and I'm glad that they let you do the prologues and all the epilogues because, like I said, traditional cozies don't have any of that in there. So I loved it. It was
it was needed.
20 stars.
Yeah, I was like 5 stars just doesn't feel like enough.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like an era of my life is over, which is sad.
Well, I started with you guys reading these.
Oh,
yeah, I did too. Same.
So it's like really weird because it's like I started with you guys with Live and Let Try, and then that's the only one that I had computer issues because my computer died halfway through and I disappeared.
And then you disappeared. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
This is great, like sick reading, like not being able to focus on anything reading.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, and I just I love them. I love literally everybody in this book. I love except for Mary Grace.
She didn't grow on you a bit at the end?
No.
Once you wrong Nicole, she never gives back. Do not get on Nicole's bad side because you'll never befriend her again.
No. I found a Julianne Lindsay book in the wild while I was on vacation.
Oh yeah?
I was helping my aunt clean out her spare bedroom, and I found all the Heartland Hero books. I was like,
oh, nice.
You read them? Because she doesn't even know I do this. And she's like, I'm like, I know her. And she goes, no shit. I'm like, yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I just read that one. Like it was Stay Hidden. So that's the one she had.
Nice.
She has all of them. I just started giggling. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny.
I was talking with cousins. We had like this little like digital happy hour. Yeah, we were talking. This was when Partners in Lime was coming out, and she knew about the book, and I was like, how do you know about that? And she goes, well, you posted about it, so I decided to read it. And I was like, you read it? I always think that nobody looks at those. Honestly, I post them. I'm like, yeah, I like these. Like, everybody read it. I didn't never expect anyone to do it, and so she did. I was like, that makes me so happy.
Like, I was talking to Aaron about it. Like, nobody is open about how they read Harlequin, like in my real life. Yeah. So it's like, it was so funny to like be helping my aunt clean out her spare bedroom and be like, I know her.
Oh.
Let's combine our collections, but let's also keep them separate.
Yeah.
He gave it, and it's all like well loved. The spine is like all cracked and whatnot. And I was like, I love it.
That's amazing.
So wonderful.
That's great. That's so great. Thank you, Julie, for writing it.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers
to the queen.
Lancha.
And speaking of Heartland Heroes, right? That's
what I was getting.
Yeah.
I have it in my bedroom.
It's so good. Please don't think about me during chapter 18. Thanks. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'm gonna live tweet my read through, Jen.
Oh,
just for you.
Can I join you with the live tweeting?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna have to follow. I'm gonna like go on. I'm nervous to do it, but also,
I think I'm gonna do just like hashtag for Jen, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
So, Aaron, you and I are the only two that haven't gotten a mention in the book, any books yet.
No, that's not true. It was what was it? Accidental witness. I was murdered off page.
You were?
I was the brother that was
So
not that one. It was protecting his witness. That's what it was. Yeah.
I'm the only one left now. I have to get killed off somewhere.
Were murdered off page?
Yeah. So I was female main character's brother who was killed. Yeah, by the bad guys.
So I'm the only one left to be murdered
I wanted to be the murderer when I was introduced in the
I was prepared
series.
For it. You were suspect number one.
I was like, you told me that you were in the book. I was ready for you to be the killer.
And then I like how my story played out because I get to make her wedding invitations. I'm like, okay, I bow to you in your all-knowingness. Yes. So our next two book club meetings. One this Saturday, the 16th. That's for our late night special. That's going to be The Dragon's Bride by Katie Robert. Look at this cover, just amazing. If you don't want the explicit clinch cover, there is a. If you want like a physical copy, there is a more discreet cover that you can buy if you want.
How would that be discreet? How is that inappropriate? I don't understand how
that's pretty tame. I feel like.
I mean, I feel like this is just gorgeous, but there is a discreet cover. It's not a picture at all. It just says The Dragon's Bride and there's like some blue background, but
that seems weird. I looked at that. You were like, I love my clinch cover. And I was just like, I was expecting like some weird double penis thing going on. Like I was prepared for like graphic content. So when I saw that, I'm like, that can't be the clinch cover. That's not it.
It is. But the double penis photo is the not suitable for work photo that she has on her Twitter, which you can go and look at it if you want to. But then the one
later.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the one after that on next Wednesday is Accidental Witness by Julian Lindsay on the 20th.
He looks like me. How'd they do that?
He looks exactly like you.
I thought the same thing when I got it. I was like, that's on purpose.
I've seen Jen with long hair, and this is her. Like, I've seen her. Like, this is...
I did chop most of it off recently, but yeah. No, I looked at that, I'm like, damn, like, first, they can't normally be that close. I was just like, this lady could be my doppelganger.
Exactly.
Exactly. I got to talk to the creative director of Harlequin for the podcast recently, and he oversees the romantic suspense and the intrigue titles, covers himself. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if you want to take a screenshot. Yay!
Nailed it.
Also, if y'all are following the Edgar Allan Poe read along, the next live stream is going to be Tuesday, the 19th. That's going to be on Cachet's channel. The link for her channel is going to be in the description box. We also have posted the graphic of which poems we are reading for each week. Go ahead and check that out. Anything else?
Did we say that this is next week? It's not 2 weeks from now. It's next week.
Oh, next week.
7 days from now.
Okay, I didn't have enough. I needed to read it anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, next week, the 20th. So we have one this Saturday, and then next week, the 20th. So
sorry, I had a birthday on that following Wednesday, so I would not be able to make it.
Yeah,
so
it's all right. It's all right.
I feel like I should be there if the book's slightly about me, sort of.
We would not have book club without you, Jen. So you just have to be there. So.
Yes.
Alrighty, but if no one else has any questions, comments, concerns, I think we're probably going to head out. I will wait for the chat to explode with all of your questions and comments before signing off. But again, thank you so much, Julie. You're amazing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I'm so looking forward to reading all of the books. I'm sorry, I'm behind on all of the books.
I'm so behind on everything, and I feel awful.
Behind on everything.
I had intentions. The intentions were there. They were good intentions.
Were good.
And then I got into, I think it started heating up, to be honest with you, in Arizona. And once the heat hits, it's just like you don't have any energy for anything.
I stupidly brought books home thinking I would have time to read. I have 4 siblings under the age of 7. That doesn't happen.
Isn't that the greatest? You go on vacation, crazy. You're like, I've got to figure out all of the books, and you like load up your Kindle with everything. You're like, I'm gonna read all of these, and then like by the time vacation comes, it's like all of them are expired. You didn't read like half a page except for a menu for food at one point.
I legit
I bring at least 5 books on vacation. I don't read a single thing.
Exactly.
I was not home long enough to read anything. I was literally like running around trying to see everybody before I left.
Yeah.
You're so exhausted. Like, maybe I'll read before bed. Like, I'll read a chapter. No, I'm exhausted.
My little brother fell asleep on me every single night, and I fell asleep
on him. Horrible. Thank you, Cachet. We love you. Yeah. Mwah.
I didn't message you back this morning. I'm sorry. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I usually like do like an audiobook on the plane but the last time I flew, I was flying with my husband, and he was like, let's watch a show. I'm like, okay. Put my book down. All right.
Don't you hate that when you're like reading something and someone starts talking to you? You're like, do you literally see the book in my hand? Is it invisible?
My mom did the same thing to me on the ride back here. I was like, I was trying to listen to this book. I only got like an hour in. My mom's like, well, it was just me and her in the car, so she's looking at me. I'm like, if you want me to play it, I'll play it. But like, what are you doing? Like,
just staring at you.
I was like, this is weird, so I'm just gonna take out my earbud.
All right. Oh my gosh, so funny. Yeah. No worries. You're good.
No worries.
No worries. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts. Follow all of them. Their links are in the description box below. We'll see you next time. See you on Saturday. We'll see you for the Edgar Allan Poe read along that I'm actually hosting with Cachet. Yay,
I'm so
Cachet. Yeah, everybody's links in the description box. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.